Hello to everybody. We are in the Module 1, Implement Sustainable Development Goals in Health Sector Opportunities and Case Studies under One Health Approach, and today the topic is One Health and the SDGs. Standing in the premises, now we can go through the SDGs. We will talk about SDGs starting from where they were born, especially in the year 2015, that we can define a year of change. In fact, in 2015, several frameworks that now have shaped the future of humanity and nation have been born properly inside the venues of the UN system. The Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, and also the so-called Agenda 2030 that has properly created these 17 Sustainable Development Goals properly to shape the future of humanity towards a more sustainable living and developing into the planet. This is the set of the Sustainable Development Goals. As you can see, they are pertaining to different areas of action from poverty to health, to education, to climate change, to peace, to partnership. So, each goal is structured in targets that, as I said, are divided in sub-objective regarding the main objective that is indicated into the goal and also indicators. So, a way to measure the progress and the performance towards the achievement of the goal itself. Every year, the annual high-level political forum is following up and reviewing the SDGs and also is collecting the so-called SDGs report that are performed at different governance levels from the local to the national, to the regional and the global state. In the picture, you can see the most important elements of the One Health Joint Plan of Action, 2022 to 2026, working together for the health of humans, animals, plants, and the environment, developed in the One Health and the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework. Reference: One Health and the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework. Guidance for United Nations Country Teams 2023. I show you the SDG 3, Good Health and Well-Being, and the 8 action points to reach it. 3.3 by 2030. And the epidemics of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, and combat hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases. 3.4 by 2030, reduce by 1/3 premature mortality from non-communicable diseases through prevention and treatment and promote mental health and well-being. 3.8, achieve universal health coverage, including financial risk protection, access to quality essential healthcare services, and access to safe, effective, quality, and affordable essential medicines and vaccines for all. 3.9 by 2030, substantially reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals and air, water, and soil pollution and contamination. So, as you can see, it is a multi-scale framework that is properly deputed to coordinate the efforts at the global, but also at the local level to perform and to implement sustainability in a measurable way. So, why the indicators? Because these indicators are very interesting to create metrics. And so, thanks to these metrics, you can compare different situations, different policies, different strategies. And the SDGs, in a way, are rendering an important instrument properly to address policymaking in a, we can say, quantitative way. And that's basically the power of this framework. To be effective, the SDGs need to be declined to the civil society level. This is enclosed in the open problem of the compliance of the SDGs and localization. For instance, the Barcelona Institute for Global Health, IS Global, has proposed the use of health in all policies, HIAPs, starting from SDGs 3 and SDG 11. Let me show the Health Impact Assessment. HIA is a method recommended by the World Health Organization that should be implemented, and it could represent a tool to write a legislative framework that draws on health experts' opinions regarding HIA must get underway. The Health Impact Assessment, HIA, is a method recommended by the World Health Organization should be implemented, and preparations to write a legislative framework that draws on health experts' opinions regarding HIA must get underway. To sum up, we can declare that enhancing impact through stronger linkages in the implementation of the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, can unleash the climate mitigation co-benefits or side effects on poverty and inequality. The study of Campagnolo and others has founded that a full implementation of the emission reduction contributions stated in the NDCs projected to slow down the effort to reduce poverty by 2030. Plus 4.2% of the population below the poverty line compared to the baseline scenario, especially in countries that have proposed relatively more stringent mitigation targets and suffer higher policy costs. You can see a picture with the new results on the integration and cooperation between the One Health and the SDGs. This structure will be the guidance of the new action plan. Here you can find some interesting articles. Thank you.